Hi mga do! Hi mga do! Hi mga do! Welcome to On the Road with Do. Hi mga do! Welcome to On the Road with Do. We are on our 65th episode. The last episode we had, 64, we talked about I talked about functions and duties of a city and a municipal councilor. That very vlog itself was also uploaded in a social media platform of a mainstream media company, and so I think from that onwards there is already a bigger responsibility for me that the moment I get to discuss and talk, it has to be not just about my take on personal take on things, but it has to be informative as well, because we are now catering to a wider audience. By the way, it's a very beautiful weekend. I'm with my classmates. We're heading to visit one of our high school classmates, and so but I just decided to, make a discussion as well while we are on our way there, just to wala lang, happy lang. Today, supposedly we'll be talking about the function of a vice mayor and a mayor, di ba? But before we get to discuss on that, I've noticed that, the circus in politics is hyping up, with a lot of people saying, politics is very, it's a very dynamic thing. Some people are selling their votes to the highest bidder. Other people say, their votes don't count, and so they'd rather not vote at all. Sayang naman, our right to suffrage and our duty to vote will be wasted if we are not exercising them. And so for us to better understand those, we have to understand also, why are we voting? And that can be explained with the kind of government that we have. So this episode will be talking about different systems of government, different kinds of government, and appreciate our very own democratic government. You see, in the olden times, governments are easily classified either on the number of leaders and the kind of leaders, whether the leaders are good or bad. So for example, if a system or if a place is run by only one person, and that one person is good, then we call that a monarchy, a monarch, a king, a queen. But if that person is bad, we call that tyranny or a tyrant. If a group of people are the ones handling a place, we call that aristocracy. If they are good, the aristocrats. But if this group of people are not good or bad people, we call them oligarchy or the oligarchs. But if the power of the state resides on people, meaning to say people are given the voice, every one of us are given the voice, we call that democracy. And then the opposite of democracy is that if these people cannot be ruled, I mean, we all rule it, but we are, chaotic, we call that anarchy. A state of anarchy is a state of lawlessness. It can also be called mobocracy if it's run by a mob. Anyway, that said, why democracy? Because this is a system of government that respects everyone in it, that we are given the power to decide on everything that happens in our country. And of course, it's very hard to be deciding in all aspects on a daily basis, considering we are, numbering into millions. And so the more practical way for democracy to work is that it has to be set up in a representative manner. So we have now a representative democracy. We vote for someone to represent us. Take note, because their power comes from us. That power is a borrowed thing. It has to be renewed every now and then, every election. So for people who, after winning elections think they are the king and then they own the place, that's a very wrong concept of power, because power actually is just a borrowed power given by people. That said, ultimately, we are the powerful people. And if we are not using that, you're actually putting the welfare of the rest of the people into the hands of those who would win, simply because you did not do your responsibility of voting. So now, would you like that? Because if not, then it's high time to, find time to really choose who you wanted to vote. Because that vote will mean a lot, not only to you, but also to your community, also to your families, and from generations to come. Representative democracy will only work if everybody votes. Vote in the upcoming election. Have a good day, mga do.